His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, accompanied by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, visited those injured and receiving the necessary and comprehensive medical care following the hostile Iranian attacks. His Majesty was received by BDF Commander-in-Chief Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa and Commander of the Royal Medical Services, Major General Dr. Sheikh Fahad bin Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa.
يا محمد بالقوة كيف حالك؟ أحسن. يقول الدكتور طيب إن شاء الله بإذن الله. فديت البحرين بروحك.
أكيد سيدي، هاي كنت راضي قبل وطر سيدي.
هذا المطلوب منكم.
أكيد سيدي.
نعم. توك شاب؟
شاب ولا؟
إن شاء الله تواصل ويانا.
إن شاء الله بإذن الله.
موفق إن شاء الله. موفق. قوة يا خالد. كيف حالك؟ ما أبغي عمرك يا خالد. طيب شوفتك مرة شيء زين الحمد لله. قواكم الله لا يحفظك طال عمرك. الله يسلمك. كل شيء يبحث بالبحرين يا طويل العمر. تضحون دائما. نعم للبحرين. نعم بنت قدواتكم الله يحفظك ان شاء الله. نعم الله يحفظك يا طويل العمر. ما قصرت والله يقول لي الضابط ان الجنود فتوا على انه يعني ضربه ما كانت بسيطة. الحمد لله الحمد لله. ما دام وقته أقوى بإيمانكم.
طول عمرك يا سيدي.
بدنا نشوفكم ونطمئن.
أقوى فيكم احنا والله.
تضحون دائما انتم. هالبحرين وهالبحرين. ما قصرتوا الحقيقة، لكن صراحة ما ودنا لكم إلا بالزين. الحقيقة خدمتكم هذه لا تنسى.
شلون الحين عسى ما في اخبار؟ امور طيبه الحمد لله.
The visit is part of His Majesty's keenness to check on the condition of the injured and their treatment, during which His Majesty exchanged friendly words with them. His Majesty praised the commendable role and efforts of the medical teams in providing all necessary and medical therapeutic care. His Majesty affirmed that these men who sacrificed their lives for Bahrain and its people will remain unforgettable for their sacrifices. His Majesty embodied that they are role models for their children, noting that Bahrain will remain a country of peace and harmony thanks to the steadfastness of its people in upholding the truth and rejecting Iran's hostile aggression. His Majesty the King also praised the role of the BDF in countering Iran's hostile attacks and praised the high competence, discipline and responsibility of its brave men in their various posts. His Majesty added that the BDF will remain a strong shield for the nation, safeguarding its security, stability and civilization and development. His Majesty affirmed his pride in the vigilance and high readiness demonstrated by all military and security agencies in dealing with various developments and in protecting the nation and maintaining its security. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, in the presence of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Cyprus, Dr. Konstantinos Kouambos. Upon his visit to Bahrain, the Cypriot minister conveyed the greetings of the Cyprus President Nikos Christodoulidis and his wishes for continued progress and prosperity for the people of Bahrain. His Majesty the King relayed his greetings and best wishes to the Cypriot President and the people of Cyprus. His Majesty the King welcomed the minister's visit and underscored the importance of such visits in advancing cooperation and strengthening partnerships in line with existing agreements and memoranda of understanding between the two countries. His Majesty the King and the minister reviewed means to further develop relations and advance cooperation across different domains. The meeting also addressed regional developments, during which His Majesty the King expressed appreciation for the positions of Cyprus and the solidarity expressed by its president towards Bahrain regarding the Iranian attacks. The Cypriot foreign minister expressed appreciation for His Majesty the King's role in advancing relations and strengthening ties between the two countries. He reiterated Cyprus's solidarity with Bahrain, its condemnation of the Iranian attacks, and its support for measures taken to safeguard Bahrain's sovereignty, security, and stability. He praised Bahrain's diplomatic efforts at the UN Security Council, including the adoption of Resolution 2817 with the support from 136 countries. His Majesty the King, Representative for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, met with more than 400 young men and women from youth leadership groups via video conference on the occasion of Bahrain Youth Day held under the theme Unity Grows, a Nation Rises, in the presence of the SCYS Secretary General Ayman Al-Muayyad and the Minister of Youth Affairs Rawan Tawfiqi. His Highness affirmed that Bahraini youth embody the story of a nation renewed with hope, which is moving forward through the vision and ambition of its youth.
حمد آل خليفة ممثل جلالة الملك للأعمال الإنسانية وشؤون الشباب، إخواني وأخواتي ممثلي الهيئات الشبابية، الأخوة الكرام ممثلي القطاع الشبابي بالمجلس الأعلى للشباب والرياضة ووزارة شؤون الشباب، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بمشاعر الفخر والاعتزاز يسرنا ويشرفنا أن نرحب بجمعكم الكريم في هذا اليوم الاستثنائي، يوم الشباب البحريني، حيث تشرق الآفاق بهممكم ونزداد شموخا بوجودنا في حضرة سمو الشيخ ناصر بن حمد آل خليفة، في لقاء يتجلى فيه عزم القيادة بطموح الشباب وتتجدد فيه روح المسؤولية الوطنية لترسم ملامح الغد. إن رعاية وحضور سموكم الكريم يضفيان على هذا المحفل دلالات عميقة تؤكد أن التلاحم هو سر قوتنا، وأن الإيمان بقدرات شبابنا هو المحرك الأساسي لمسيرة النهضة الشاملة. فأنتم يا شباب البحرين طاقة الوطن المتجددة والساعد الذي يعلي البنيان والقلب النابض برؤى الإنجاز والريادة. والآن تقف الكلمات تقديرا وتتطلع القلوب ترقبا للاستماع إلى الرؤية الحكيمة والكلمات المضيئة، ونتشرف بدعوة قائد الشباب ورمز العطاء والإنجاز سمو الشيخ ناصر بن حمد آل خليفة ليخاطبنا بقلبه الكبير قبل فكره المستنير، وليبث فينا روح الإصرار لمواصلة المسيرة المباركة تحت راية وطننا المعطاء. فلتتفضل سموكم والقلوب تصغي قبل الآذان.
مشكور مساعد، مشكورين الجميع على الحضور بهذه المناسبة، ولكن أريد أوجه إلى أخواني وأخواتي شباب البحرين في هذا الوضع اليوم اللي احنا نعيش فيه. ما أشوفكم اليوم فقط كشباب، اليوم أشوفكم كقوة، كدرع، كأمل وطن كامل. في أوقات السلم الجميع يتحدث عن الطموح، لكن في أوقات التحدي يظهر من يحمل الوطن في قلبه لا على لسانه فقط. نحن اليوم نعيش لحظة اختيار ولحظة اختبار، ليس فقط للأحداث من حولنا، بل نختبر معدن الإنسان البحريني الأصيل. اليوم نحن ثابتين ولله الحمد. هل احنا فعلا ثابتين؟ هل احنا على قدر المسؤولية؟ هل نحمل اسم البحرين كما يجب أن يحمل؟ وأنا أقولها لكم بكل ثقة، نعم. في وقت السلم الكثير يتحدث عن الأحلام، وفي وقت الحرب يعرف من يستطيع أن يحميها. في وقت السلم كلنا نقاس بما نقول، وفي وقت الحرب نقاس بأفعالنا. فشباب لازم أذكركم في وقت السلم إن احنا اليوم الراحة خيار بالنسبة لنا، أما بالنسبة في وقت الحرب فالثبات واجب علينا. وهني في هذه اللحظة يا شباب يظهر الفرق بين من يعيش ومن يخلد، وكلنا اليوم مسعانا أن تخلد أسماءنا للتاريخ. يا شباب أنا أريد أكرر لكم مرة ثانية، نحن مو بأول جيل يمر بتحديات. البحرين مرت بتحديات كثيرة عبر العصور، ولكن أبشركم كل من طمع في البحرين فشل. ولكن هذا الجيل اليوم زود على كل اللي احنا مرينا فيه، الآن نختبر. فلازم تعرفون أن البحرين ما انبنت بهدوء، بل انبنت بقرارات صعبة جدا وبمواقف لا يتخذها إلا من يعرف قيمة الأرض اللي هو واقف عليها. فمثل ما يقال في الرخاء ينتمي الجميع ويتمنى الجميع أن يكون بطل، أما في الشدائد الأبطال هم من يبقون واقفين. فهذه دائما طبيعة الحال. واليوم هو يومكم، اليوم هو الأمل عليكم أنكم أنتم تكونون هؤلاء الأبطال. أبي أذكركم فقط في أشياء أنتم ما توصون عليه. بالنسبة لنا اليوم وإحنا الوقت اللي إحنا عايشين فيه فرق عن ما كنا عليه في الأيام السابقة. فاليوم في وقت السلم تبني نفسك ومعروف هالشيء، لكن في وقت الحرب أنت تثبت نفسك. في وقت السلم تتعلم معنى الانتماء، أما بالنسبة في وقت الحرب تظهر صدقة. شوفوا حولكم، أنتوا اليوم نخبة من الشباب اللي حولنا موجودين معانا، وأنا أفتخر أني أكون واحد منكم وفيكم. ولكن بعد أبيكم أنتوا شوي توسعون رقعة النظر عندكم وشوفوا العالم. اليوم ما هو إلى حاجة خاصة لصوت أعلى، بل دائما ما يحتاج موقف أقوى. ما هو بحاجة إلى كلمات أكثر، بل إلى رجال ونساء إذا قالوا فعلوا. فالبحرين هي ما تقاس بحجمها، هي علمت درس، خاصة علمت العالم درس ما ينسى، أن القوة ما هي بالمساحة بل في الثبات، ولا بالعدد بل في الوحدة، ولا بالصوت بل في موقفنا. موقفنا اليوم هو المطلوب. وأقولها لكم واحفظوا هذه الحكمة: الوطن ما يحتاجك لما تكون الأمور سهلة، الوطن بحاجتك عندما تصعب الأمور. فوقت الصعاب الوقت هو الحقيقي لاختبار شبابنا وكل بحريني وبحرينية. كونوا أنتوا هالجيل هذا، كونوا أنتوا هذا الجيل اللي جذوره عميقة جدا، محفورة ومغروسة في الأرض، بحيث ما تخوفك العواصف، وبحيث ما تغيرك الظروف، وبحيث أنك ما تبيع مبادئك مهما اشتدت التحديات. كونوا من إذا ضاقت الأيام زادت عزيمتهم، وكونوا من إذا اشتد الخطر عليهم زاد ثباتهم، وكونوا كل ما ظهر الخوف على الآخرين زادت ابتسامتكم. لأن أنتوا في نهاية الأمر يا شباب ما تمثلون نفسكم فقط، أنتوا تمثلون البحرين. وتذكروا هالشيء، اسمها على أكتافكم وتاريخها في دمكم ومستقبلها بيديكم. وأنا اليوم أشوف فيكم الخير، أشوف جيل ما يخاف من التحديات بل يعيدها ويعيد تعريفها. وأقولها لكم بكل يقين: البحرين بخير، لأن في أوقاتها الصعبة تقف على شباب مثلكم واقفين كما وقوف هالرجال اللي يحمون بلادنا على مدار الساعة. الله يحفظكم، والله يسدد خطاكم، والله يوفقكم إن شاء الله في مستقبلكم وفي مسعاكم. لكن أنتم لازم تعرفون أن هذه المحن اللي احنا نمر فيها هي فقط تجارب لمعدننا. تذكروا معدن البحريني الأصيل، ودائما احنا نقول معدن البحريني من ذهب ولا يستبدل، ومعدن البحريني أصيل ولا يهتز. ودائما أقولها: الرهان على شبابنا مضمون. الله يوفقكم، وأنا باسمي وباسم جميع المسؤولين في قطاع الشباب نفتخر بكم. ولي الشرف اليوم أنقل لكم تحيات سيدي حضرة صاحب الجلالة واعتزازه بوقفاتكم، بإنجازاتكم، وبطموحاتكم، وبأمالكم. اليوم نشوف لحظة نوعية تمر فيها مملكة البحرين، وبإذن الله أن كلنا اليوم احنا الموجودين جزء من هذا التاريخ اللي يسطر ويخلد بالذهب. احنا عام عامنا دائما ما مليء بالانتصارات، مليء بالذهب، ومليء بالمواقف الطيبة. وهذه الأيام اللي احنا نمر فيها هي فقط جزء بسيط من الأيام اللي احنا تعودنا عليها، واللي انتم دائما ما عودتونا عليها، الإنجاز، وتخلونا مفتخرين فيكم دائما ومشكورين على كل ما تقومون به وكل ما تبذلونه. واليوم وقفتكم هي المطلوبة، والله يعينكم، والله يعزكم، والله يوفقكم إن شاء الله، ومشكورين. واسمحوا لي إذا طلت عليكم، ولكن هذه فرصة اليوم اللي بدال ما أرفع معنويتكم أنا بشوفكم معنويتي ترتفع. ومشكورين، وعسى الله يوفقكم إن شاء الله.
شكرا لسموك. طبعا من جهتنا احنا باسم الجميع طبعا يعني نرفع لك اسم آية الشكر والامتنان على هذه الكلمات الملهمة. طبعا في هذا اليوم الغالي ما نقدر إلا نقول ان احنا كلنا نجدد العهد والولاء، مستلهمين من طبعا من دعمكم ورؤيتكم بدافع لا يلين بالمستقبل ان شاء الله اكثر اشراقا لمملكتنا الغالية. دمتم ودامت البحرين باعضائكم جميعا. يعطيك العافية وشكرا سموك، واعذرنا خذيناك يمكن من مشاغلك في هذا اليوم، لكن يعني اكيد احنا نستلهم اكيد منك كل خير للمستقبل ان شاء الله. شكرا.
منصورين بإذن الله، ونشوفكم إن شاء الله على خير،
نعم.
موفقين إن شاء الله، ولكم ألف تحية.
كمان يطول العمر.
شكرا.
His Majesty the King Representative for Humanitarian Works and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser Mohammed Al Khalifa, affirmed that Bahrain Youth Day, which falls on March 25th, is a well-established national occasion that renews pride and appreciation for the royal patronage and continued support of Bahraini youth received from His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, who has made youth the focus of the comprehensive reform project and established youth empowerment as a fundamental pillar in building a modern state. His Highness noted that continuous support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa reflects the implementation of this national vision through government policies and programs that increase the presence of youth in various areas of development and provide opportunities in terms of innovation, entrepreneurship, and active participation in vital sectors. His Highness highlighted the solidarity of the Bahraini society and its deep-rooted national cohesion, which is one of the most important pillars of the kingdom's strength and stability. His Highness stressed that Bahraini youth are a fundamental pillar in reinforcing these national values through their awareness, sense of responsibility, and loyalty to the nation. His Highness noted that this social solidarity reflects national belonging and support of the leadership and enhances the security and stability in Bahrain and supports its development. His Highness added that Bahraini youth are the kingdom's true wealth and source of renewed strength, who have proven themselves to be active partners in making national achievements through their creativity and excellence in various fields. His Highness affirmed that Bahraini youth continue to create inspiring success stories that reflect their ambition and determination to contribute to the kingdom's progress and prosperity. His Highness also asserted that the coming phase requires continued efforts to empower youth and increase their presence in various fields. His Highness affirmed that the SCYS will continue launching initiatives, policies, and programs that hone their skills and increase their opportunities to participate in shaping the future. The General Command of the Bahrain Defense Force announced that through the unwavering vigilance of its personnel, the BDF's air defense systems continue to successfully counter successive waves of the hostile Iranian aggression. Since the onset of hostilities, air defenses have intercepted and destroyed 153 ballistic missiles and 331 drones targeting Bahrain. The General Command expressed its pride in the exceptional combat readiness and vigilance demonstrated by BDF personnel and praised their sustained operational effectiveness in defending the kingdom. The performance of Bahrain's forces continued to inspire confidence that the kingdom's sky remains secure. The General Command urged all members of the public to exercise the utmost caution for their personal safety and are advised to keep clear of affected areas and any suspicious objects, refrain from filming or photographing military operations or debris sites, avoid spreading unverified information, and consult only official and government media channels for updates, alerts, and advisories. It further emphasized that the use of ballistic missiles and drones to target civilian areas and private property constitutes a flagrant violation of international law and international humanitarian law and the UN Charter, as these indiscriminate attacks represent a direct threat to regional peace and security. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif Zayani, received a telephone call from the Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs of the UK, Yvette Cooper. They discussed the close friendship and strategic partnership between the two friendly countries and the ongoing efforts to strengthen and develop them at all levels in order to serve their common interests. They also discussed the latest developments in the region, including the continued blatant Iranian attacks using ballistic missiles and drones against Bahrain, which have resulted in loss of life and property and their repercussions on regional security, stability and international navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. They emphasized the importance of continuing the existing cooperation and coordination between the two countries at the UN Security Council on regional and international issues presented to the Council. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif Zayani, held talks at the Ministry of Headquarters with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Cyprus, Dr. Konstantinos Kouambos, on the occasion of his visit to Bahrain. At the beginning of the meeting, the Foreign Minister welcomed the Cypriot Minister and his accompanying delegation, praising the historical friendship between the two countries and the advanced level it has reached across all sectors. He emphasized Bahrain's keen interest in developing bilateral cooperation and exploring opportunities to enhance in all political, economic, trade and development fields in a way that serves the interests of both countries and their friendly peoples. The Cypriot Foreign Minister expressed pleasure at visiting Bahrain, noting that the close friendship between the two countries and their friendly peoples and the joint efforts being made to strengthen bilateral cooperation, and affirmed that his country is eager to capitalize on available opportunities to develop economic, trade and investment cooperation between both countries in a way that fulfills the shared interests and objectives. He expressed Cyprus's solidarity with Bahrain in the face of Iranian aggression against it and other GCC states. He congratulated Bahrain on its diplomatic success in securing UN Security Council Resolution 2817 and its active participation in the Council's discussions on current regional and international issues. The discussions focused on various aspects of bilateral cooperation and ways to enhance it within the framework of agreements signed during the official talks between His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and President Nikos Christodoulidis of Cyprus during his visit to Bahrain last January. These discussions aimed to further strengthen cooperation and serving mutual interests. The two sides also discussed ways to enhance joint cooperation at the diplomatic level during Bahrain's presidency of the current session of the GCC and Cyprus's presidency of the EU Council. This cooperation aims to strengthen the close partnership between the GCC and EU member states and achieve the shared goals and aspirations of both sides for peace, security and prosperity. The meeting also addressed regional developments, including Iran's continued aggression against Bahrain and other GCC states and other Arab countries, and its repercussions on regional security and stability. They also discussed the impact of these actions on international maritime security in the Arabian Gulf, particularly in light of Iran's continued closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a blatant violation of international law and the law of the sea. Both sides emphasized the importance of strengthening joint cooperation to support regional and international efforts aimed at halting Iranian aggression against GCC and Arab states and ending the threat to freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz as stipulated in UN Security Council Resolution 2817. A member of the Muslim Council of Elders, Sayyid Ali Al-Amin, called on the international community to act urgently to halt the escalation in the region, particularly Iran's attacks on neighboring countries, and to work diligently to find solutions that end the dangerous repercussions of these attacks on the region and to prevent their recurrence in the future. In a press statement, Al-Amin explained that his position is based on the necessity for Iran to work towards establishing the best possible relations with Arab countries, especially its neighbors in the GCC, given that these countries constitute Iran's gateway to the Arab and Islamic worlds. He added that the current Iranian attacks on Bahrain, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, in addition to other Arab and Islamic countries such as Jordan, Turkey and Azerbaijan, constitute an unjustified war and contradict the religious and neighborly ties that bind Iran to these countries and their peoples. He stressed that Iran must cease its war against nations in the GCC and other Arab and Islamic countries to preserve the Islamic unity it claims to uphold and to safeguard the interests of its people, and must stop all actions that harm the bonds uniting the members of the one Islamic nation. He called on the Iranian leadership to work diligently to ensure that its relations with Lebanon and other countries are conducted through legitimate institutions and not through political parties, associations, or armed groups. He emphasized that sectarian and religious ties should not come at the expense of national interests, and noted that his position since the 80s has been and remains supportive of the establishment of a Lebanese state and the deployment of the Lebanese army to the south to extend state authority. He concluded by affirming that the guardianship of the Islamic jurist, Wilayat al-Fiqh, is not a religious doctrine, but rather a political matter pertaining solely to the Iranian people and cannot be considered a transitional authority over other peoples and nations. Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King, has proven that the true courage means protecting peace in wartime through international law and not cannon fire. Its initiative is to strengthen to self-defense and coordinate positions and have formed an impregnable barrier against regional war, turning the Gulf into a stability oasis amid turmoil and earning global respect for Manama and Gulf capitals as the voice of the reason. We have more details in this report.
In an era marked by rapid transformations, mounting challenges, and complex regional and international dynamics, Bahrain continues to demonstrate time and again that it knows its path well and walks it with unwavering confidence. Guided by wise leadership that has made balance a guiding principle, stability a top priority, and the welfare of the nation and its people the unfailing compass, Bahrain moved forward with serenity and resolve. The enduring trust enjoyed by His Majesty the King has not come by chance. It is a product of a far-reaching vision, anticipating the future, and a deeply rooted wisdom through which challenges are managed with prudence and skill. In every circumstance, this leadership displays remarkable ability to contain crises and turn them into opportunities that strengthen the state's resilience and standing, affirming that Bahrain, under its leadership, can overcome every difficulty with confidence and composure. This national journey continues with even greater confidence under the insightful vision and the constant follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, who leads government work with a dynamic spirit and a balanced approach that combines fairness with flexibility. His leadership reinforces stability, safeguards national achievement, and propels sustainable development forward, reaffirming that the continuity of progress is the defining feature of this stage. On the ground, the essence of professionalism and readiness is embodied in the vigilance of Bahrain's defense and security institutions, which operate around the clock with unyielding determination and watchful dedication. Placing national security and the safety of citizens above all, these institutions demonstrate the highest level of competence and disciplines, thereby instilling reassurance and confidence among all citizens and residents alike. Yet the most vital pillar, the true shield safeguarding the nation from within, remains the deeply rooted social awareness of the Bahraini people and their profound sense of responsibility for this phase. This collective awareness forms the safety valve through which efforts are united, ranks are closed, and national achievements are preserved. The higher the level of awareness, the stronger the internal front, and the greater the country's capacity to face challenges with confidence and fairness. Thus Bahrain, its leadership, government, and people move forward as one, defined by solidarity, driven by responsibility, and guided by a shared aspiration for the future. It stands as a testament to the enduring truth that nations are not measured by the magnitude of the challenges they encounter but by their ability to overcome them, and Bahrain will remain a model of resilience and hope even in the most testing of times.
The Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, affirmed that the remarkable achievements of Bahraini youth across various sectors reflect the noble vision and strong support afforded to the youth sector by His Majesty the King, who has made youth empowerment a firm national priority. On the occasion of Bahraini Youth Day, she emphasized that the spirit of solidarity and responsibility embodied by Bahraini youth serves as a shining example of national unity and solidarity in the face of challenges and reinforces the kingdom's path towards security, stability, and development. The minister expressed pride in the continuous achievements of Bahrain's youth, which reflects boundless ambition and a leadership spirit capable of making a difference. She added that the ministry is working to to develop an integrated system of programs and initiatives that contribute to developing youth leadership capabilities and provide them with spaces that enable them to unleash their creative energies, as well as supporting their presence at all levels, thereby reinforcing the Kingdom's position as an active hub for youth empowerment. The minister emphasized that this day represents a recurring national occasion to celebrate the contributions of youth and highlight their pivotal role in building the future. She called on the Kingdom's youth to continue their journey of achievement and ambition and to take advantage of available opportunities to hone their skills and develop their capabilities. Bahrain celebrates Bahraini Youth Day on March 25th of each year, reflecting its deep belief in the role of youth in shaping the present and building the future. We have more details in this report. Bahrain celebrates Bahraini Youth Day on March 25th each year, a national occasion that embodies the Kingdom's appreciation for the contributions of its youth and a firm belief in their pivotal role in driving comprehensive development and shaping the future. This day reflects the vision of His Majesty the King, which affirms that youth are the cornerstone of the nation and the true wealth upon which development rests, through empowering them and enhancing their presence in various positions of responsibility and decision-making. Bahraini youth also enjoy the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, who has established youth empowerment as a priority in government work, believing in their capabilities as essential partners in shaping the present and building the future. This day also marks a significant milestone in recognizing the efforts led by His Highness the Representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Works and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, empowering youth and maximizing their role across various fields, thereby enhancing their presence and influence both locally and internationally. On this day, Bahraini youth continue to write new chapters of achievements, affirming that they are an integral partner in the development process and a driving force towards a brighter future in a nation that believes in their abilities and celebrates their accomplishments. The Arabian Gulf University's applied physics professor Wahib al-Nasser affirmed that the amount of rainfall that has fallen on Bahrain since the beginning of March 2026 is substantial and has a significant impact on water resources. He pointed out that physical calculations and data from the iRain websites affiliated with the Hydrometeorological and Remote Sensing Center at the University of California indicate that the amount of rainfall is estimated at approximately 22 million tons of water, which is the equivalent to almost a full month of production from desalination plants. This highlights the strategic importance of rainwater as a resource that must be utilized by promoting rainwater harvesting projects and replenishing groundwater. In a related development, the Meteorological Directorate at the Ministry of Transportation and Telecommunications said the weather conditions currently affecting Bahrain are within the normal range for this time of year. These conditions fall under the local term Sarayat season, a transitional season that typically extends until May. This period is characterized by rapid weather changes, which may include sudden fluctuations and may develop into scattered thunderstorms, which is a natural and common phenomenon during the season. Regarding what is being circulated by some unofficial sources regarding Thursday being a historic day for rainfall, the director affirms that the expected weather conditions remain within the normal range for Sarayat season. Despite the possibility of occasional activity, the Directorate urges everyone to rely on official channels to follow the latest updates, alerts, and developments, and to avoid being misled by rumors or inaccurate information circulating online.